this is Esme and I am so excited because today I'm back on the road, I'm not at home because the Challenge Esme series is back. So today I'm in Warwickshire, Shakespeare's County with the Knights of Middle England. I'm not so sure what I'm going to be up to today, so let's go meet my instructor Kelly and find out. Oh my goodness, Kelly, that was so cool watching you do the horse archery. So tell me a little bit more about the Knights of Middle England.
Well, we are a professional stunt and jousting display team, but what's really unique about us is that we also have the school here, so you can come and learn all the exciting activities that we do. So obviously horse archery, yes, like you've just seen, but we also do jousting, trick riding, side saddle. We do some film and TV work, so some of our riders you'll have seen on things like Game of Thrones, Bridgerton, series like that.
That's so cool.
And anyone can come and learn it here at our base in Warwick too.
Oh, awesome.
But today, it is all about horse archery.
Yes.
So, you can ride.
Yes.
But have you ever done much archery before?
No, not really.
It doesn't matter, even if you've done none. We're going to start on the ground anyway. So let's head down and put your archery skills to the test.
Okay.
So Esme, welcome to the arena. So this is where we're going to be doing our horse archery training today.
Cool.
So we have our target set up.
Yes.
This is what we're going to hopefully be shooting our arrows into. And we've got the corridor, which Freddie is going to be running down. That's going to help guide him and keep him straight. Because obviously, with a bow in one hand and arrows in the other, there's not a free hand to be holding onto your rein.
Yes.
But before we get you onto Freddie, we're going to do some archery training on the ground first. Absolutely nothing to help you shoot and hit that target. It's just you and the equipment. Okay. So it's called shooting bare bow, which is what it means. A little bit of tape on the bow here is just to help you know where to place your hand so you're in line, so we've got a nice straight arrow when we're knocking and shooting, okay? And then we have our arrows. So a couple of key points, obviously the pile, which is the pointy end, they are sharp, and obviously that's what's going to be going into the target.
Yep.
And then at this end, you can see we've got some lovely coloured feathers, and they're two different colours. So you've got two that are the same colour.
Yep.
And one that's a different colour. And what this is important because it tells you how to load your arrow onto your bow so that it flies off the bow correctly. And then this little clip at the end is called the knock, and that's what clips your arrow onto your bowstring. But basically your arrows are going to sit like that on your hip, and we're going to have your arrows there to shoot from, and we're going to be shooting out to the target. So it's going to sit on top of the thumb like that. You're going to catch it in the hand, slide down to pinch your knock, and then you knock it onto the string. Okay. That's the hardest thing you're going to have to do all day. Okay. This is what's really tricky about horse archery, is when you're on the back of a moving horse, loading that arrow onto the bow. Okay. That's the tricky bit. Once you've done this, it's easy. All you've got to do is shoot it. Okay. So when we're shooting, on the ground we're going to be stood, we're going to stand as if we were on a horse. So our hips are pointing this way down the run, and we're shooting out to the side. Okay. But we don't want to lock it out, because if we overextend the elbow, it might catch our arm with a string, and you'll do it once and you probably won't make that mistake again because it's quite painful. Now, if you've done any archery before, you might be used to sort of think you just hold the string like that and pull, which you can do, but for horse archery, we use a technique called thumb draw. Your index finger is then going to come over your thumbnail, and the side of your index finger slightly press into the side of the arrow. And that's it, these three fingers do nothing, okay? So think posh archery, pinkies up, okay? Very British, okay? And then from here, we draw and shoot.
Nice.
Okay? Really simple. Cool. So we're going to twist the wrist up. Because the idea with horse archery is all this is happening so quick on the back of a moving horse, you do all this by feel rather than by looking. we're not going to worry too much about that today because it's your first time, but it's just all these little tips and tricks that are going to help you when we have a moving horse. So then there, and shoot.
After some expert tuition from Kelly, it was then finally my turn to have a go on the ground with the bow and arrow. And I'm not gonna lie guys, I struggled a little bit at the beginning. There were a lot of times that I might have missed the target, just a little bit.
So this elbow here.
Alright, so I think I've shot 6 arrows now, and so far I've hit the target once. So I think my problem is I go a little bit too high. I overestimate how far away it is, so hopefully I'll get there. A bit more practice is definitely needed.
Elbow up. There. That's the one. Yeah. Yes. There we go, Esme. You're getting into it now. And you see, this is why we do it on the ground first. All goes out the window when you get on a horse anyway. But at least you've got an idea of what's going on. Yeah. We're getting closer. There we go.
Nice.
This is better.
Did you get it? Did you get it? No! It's so close!
That is awesome.
Guys, look how close it is to the middle. I don't think we got it on camera. I promise you, that was me. I did it, I'm so excited. Okay, I've got a few more arrows left. Let's see if I can get any closer, but I don't think I will. I think this nothing's gonna top this. No way! No way!
That's the shot. That is awesome, Esme.
What?
What you've got to do now though, is do that on the back of a horse.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be that good when I'm moving. When I'm stationary, I'm not bad, but I'm happy with that.
Awesome.
All right, so this is what the target is looking like at the end of the session on the ground. And oh my goodness, I thought that one was good enough. That one's almost bullseye in the center, 2 in the gold. I'm really happy with that. Don't know what it's going to be like on horse though. I feel like that's going to be a whole different game.
So this is Freddie,
Aww.
the horse you're going to be riding today, and he is a horse archery superstar.
Aww,
so
he's gorgeous.
He is a 15-2 Irish cob, and he absolutely loves doing the horse archery. He does horse archery, jousting, side saddle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a very talented boy. But he's going to look after you today for the horse archery. He's an absolute pro.
Oh.
And is going to take good care of you.
Oh, I'm excited to ride you, mate.
Yeah. So, time to get on the horse.
Yes.
Okay. So we're just going to take everything we did on the ground and apply it on horseback.
Okay.
It's a little bit different, but we had a good technique on the ground. So you're going to be absolutely fine.
Okay.
So we'll get you mounted.
Yeah.
We're going to run through a few safety things now that there's a horse involved too.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get shooting.
Awesome.
And then just imagine you've got your bow and sort of, yeah, exactly, and track that target as you ride past it. There you go.
After going through some safety information, warming up on Freddie, and some final tips and tricks from Kelly, it was finally time for me to shoot some arrows on horseback.
Finger off, elbow up. Good.
Nice.
And again, and then try and come a little bit off the seat this time. Yeah, nice. Good. Awesome. Good.
After successfully hitting the target stationary, it was then finally time to get moving. First off, I started in walk, which wasn't too bad when it came to loading the arrows. However, the thing I struggled a little bit more in walk was how quickly you were moving. So because you were moving, you really had to focus on where the target was, because before you knew it, you would have walked past it and you kind of had to aim for the target ahead of where you were. If not, I ended up shooting too late quite a lot of the time and missing the target because of that. Also, you had to really test your balance as well because you had to stand up in the stirrups, but as you guys can see, I did manage to hit the target a few times in walk. However, when it came to trot, that was a whole different story because you have to rise, you're moving around a lot more. Freddie was going a lot faster, so I first just went down the long side, holding the bow, getting used to doing it one-handed, and then here I was going in trot. It was so fiddly loading the arrow onto the bow, and I kept putting my finger in the wrong place so it would accidentally fall off, and that did happen quite a few times.
Oh no, fell off. Esme!
I'm sorry. So I've just had to go and trot, and trot is a lot harder than you think. Not only are you going faster, but it's also a lot bouncier as well. And I think the thing I was struggling with the most was loading my bow and doing that in time, because those targets come up so quickly. Also now I'm higher up, and also now I'm bouncing a little bit. I need to remember to aim downwards a little bit. My arrows were like going pretty central. They were just going up and over the targets rather than actually on them. So more practice is definitely needed. Good boy. Woo!
Yes!
After a few goes in canter, I finally managed to hit the target, and it was the best feeling. To canter with no reins and a bow and arrow in your hands, to just be focusing on your horse's rhythm and your eye on the target, I just felt so free. How did I do?
You did really well. Honestly, horse archery is tough because riding a horse alone is really tricky, being able to do that well, and then the archery is a whole sport in itself. So putting those two things together, and at the end there, shooting at a canter and hitting the target, definitely a pass in my book. So you did really well done.
Thank you. No, it was such an adrenaline rush and I had so much fun. I think the thing I found the most difficult to start with was actually loading the arrows, because there's so much sort of faffing around, having to get it in the right place, and then by the time you've done that, you've gone past the target. So
it's a lot of multitasking, takes a lot of practice.
No, there was a lot to think about, but my goodness, it was just so much fun. So thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome.
And thank you, Freddie, for being the horse today. He's been so good. He's such a good archery horse.
He is, he's a pro.
Oh, so if people want to have a go at horse archery, where can they find you?
So come to us here. We are based in Warwick. You can find us at Knights of Middle England on Instagram. And yeah, anyone can come and have a go. You don't even have to have ridden a horse before to be able to come and have a go at horse archery.
Oh, cool. I'll leave some links in the description below for you guys. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.